Please turn to page 8 for the Enme. Enme juku kanangyo kanze namu butsuyo butsu enyo butsu en bopo so enjo rakugacho chonen kanze bonen kanze nen jushinki nen furishin kanze namu butsuyo butsu enyo butsu en bopo so enjo rakugacho chonen kanze bonen kanze nen jushinki nen furishin kanze namu butsuyo butsu enyo butsu en bopo so enjo rakugacho chonen kanze bonen kanze nen jushinki nen furishin absorbing world sounds awakens a Buddha right here, this Buddha, the source of compassion. This Buddha receives only compassion. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, just compassion. Thus the pure heart always rejoices. In the light recall this, in the dark recall this. Moment after moment, the true heart arises. Time after time, there is nothing but this absorbing world sounds awakens a Buddha right here, this Buddha, the source of compassion. This Buddha receives only compassion. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, just compassion. Thus the pure heart always rejoices. In the light recall this, in the dark recall this. Moment after moment, the true heart arises. Time after time, there is nothing but this absorbing world sounds awakens a Buddha right here, this Buddha, the source of compassion. This Buddha receives only compassion. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, just compassion. Thus the pure heart always rejoices. In the light recall this, in the dark recall this. Moment after moment, the true heart arises. Time after time, there is nothing but this. Infinite realms of light and dark convey the Buddha mind. All that is, and we ourselves come forth in perfect harmony. We offer this sincere and devoted practice for the many beings of the six worlds, and dedicated in grateful thanks to the strength and sound practice of the Great Heart on Sangha and its teachers. May our virtuous actions be clear from all interferences, and may our vows be fully realized. We especially dedicate these merits to Sarah Kerr and her family at the time of her death, Aunt Sharon Laverne and her family, Shona, and Sherman. Also to those whose names we hold in the silence of our hearts, as well as those whose names we now voice aloud. May we live in perfect peace with Buddha Dharma, and may we realize the Buddha way together. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all honored ones, Bodhisattva, Mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, Mahaprajna Paramita. Please prepare for Zazen. As we move into Canon, walking meditation, if members would please help our visitors with the pattern. Thank you.
At the sound of the clappers, first rows turn to the right, second rows turn to the left. We will begin at a slow pace of one step for every full cycle of the breath. The sound of the clappers, perform a brief standing bow, then continue the pattern at a brisk pace. sound of the clappers, place your hands together, palm to palm in gassho, and continue the pattern back to the front of your cushion.
We'll now recite the Sangha Covenant. We, the Daishin Kokuji Sangha, with respect for the worth and dignity of each person, with wonder at the wisdom and compassion we seek to cultivate by practice, and with deep gratitude for the teachers of this lineage and our connection to one another, covenant to support each other by upholding the precepts of doing no harm, practicing good, and actualizing good for others. Please prepare for Teisha and sit comfortably facing the teacher. Thank you. Gatha on opening the sutra. The Dharma incomparably profound and infinitely subtle is rarely through me.
From the Hidden Lamp, stories from 25 centuries of awakened women. Koan 7. Chiyono's no water, no moon. Chiyono was a servant in a Zen convent who wanted to practice Zazen. One day she approached an elderly nun and asked, "I am of humble birth. I cannot read or write and must work all the time. Is there any possibility that I could attain the way of Buddha, even though I have no skills?" The nun answered, "Oh, this is wonderful, my dear. In Buddhism, there are no distinctions between people. There is only this: each person must hold fast to the desire to awaken and cultivate a heart of great compassion. People are complete as they are. If you don't fall into delusive thoughts, there is no Buddha and no sentient being. There is only one complete nature. If you want to know your true nature, you need to turn toward the source of your delusive thoughts. This is called Zazen." Chinyu said with happiness, "With this practice as my companion, I have only to go about my daily life, practicing day and night." After months of wholehearted practice, she went out on a full moon night to draw some water from the well. The bottom of her old bucket, held together by bamboo strips, suddenly gave way, and the reflection vanished. The reflection of the moon vanished with the water. When she saw this, she attained great realization. Her Enlightenment poem was this: "With this and that, I tried to keep the bucket together. And then the bottom fell out. Where water does not collect, the moon does not dwell." Quite lovely, yes. Actually, we were going to use this as one of our Sangha Circle readings, but Tenka's funeral sort of stepped right in there and just really needed to be processed. So here we are, 13th century Japan. Whatever century we're in, Toledo right now. And this young, uneducated girl, she's right here with us today. And just like Tenka gave us this amazing teaching with her body as we were sitting in vigil, she is giving us a wonderful teaching. So many practice points in this particular narrative. So this business of being of humble birth, I can't read or write and must work all the time. So many people come into practice, oh, I couldn't possibly get this. This really isn't for me. I mean, like, this is for, like, the superstars. And I am definitely not one of them. I have so much baggage you would not believe. You think that chick is just carrying the bucket with water? I've got like a backpack full of crap in there. Is there any possibility that I can attain the way? And of course, we hear coming down through the ages, oh, this is wonderful, dear. Do we not? Do you not hear your teachers today say, oh, this is wonderful, right? You have all this accumulated baggage and karma. Fantastic. This is the soil that your Buddhahood is going to blossom in. That, that mud of all of your negative karma and all of your crazy crap that you did, that is the nourishment for this blooming of the lotus of your enlightenment. So great, we love that. Bring it on. And plus it makes the Sangha life a little bit more spicy, right? And then she says, she gives her a teaching, right? There is only this: each person must hold fast to the desire to awaken. This right here is pretty much it. This and the second teaching that she gives on compassion, if you get those two things, you're totally going to awaken in this lifetime. No doubt about it. And interestingly enough, we all need to just really bow to our suffering and our baggage and just all the crap that's going on in the world, because that is the stuff that is pushing us to realize something different, something better. Where is the goodness? Where is the goodness? Where is the love? Where is the compassion? So in a way, we should really bow to our times. Zen always flourishes in the worst of times, precisely because it's able to use all these conditions as a field of awakening. But holding fast to that desire to awaken, you can't just let your suffering do all the work for you. You actually have to develop what's called Bodhi mind, to realize that not only am I suffering, but everybody else is in the same boat that I am. Everybody is so just tired and racked and just, if we need any more evidence of that, just turn the TV on. Or like my car hit, I think, 110 degrees on the thermometer yesterday. If you want to have, So climate change, here we are. But to not just sort of like get beaten down by that, right? But to awaken this desire to heal oneself and others. This is the most important point, that we recognize that healing is possible and that we're going to do it, come hell or high water, right? This is to hold fast to awakening. Because as soon as you make that vow, and as soon as you make that connection, first of all, you get met on the other side. All the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas throughout space and time, they all do a little jig. And they're all like, I am here for you, baby, right? You get the whole everything shifts. Your own personal perception shifts. The world comes to meet us. You know, when the Buddha was, when Mara was tempting the Buddha and said, well, by what authority do you claim this awakening? And the Buddha touched the earth, and the earth responded and said, yes, this is one of mine, right? This is the same thing when we develop this Bodhi mind, that we're going to relieve the suffering of the world. There's something, it conspires with us. We are not alone. And then, you know, you get to the down and dirty reality of like, I just don't have the capacity and the power or anything to really pull this off, right? I need help. I really need help. So enter community, enter teachings, enter Zazen and practice and precepts, all here as like the foundation of helping us, right? And anybody who has gone through the process of Jukai knows how transformative that is. And you come out the other end and you are not the same person. You are held by this vow that we take. So hold fast to the desire to awaken and cultivate a heart of great compassion. So we were just speaking about that. You know, I've been watching this movie called Nightmare Alley with Chris Cooper. Has anybody seen it? No. Well, anyway, he just loses it. And he's trying so hard to be a good person, and he kind of gets duped or whatever. Someone gives him a drink, and it's all downhill from there. And it's like he can't get his footing. He can't stand back up straight. This desire to awaken and this cultivation of compassion is actually what allows us to keep standing up straight, to keep going, regardless of how many times we get knocked down, and especially in the times when we're working so hard to realize ourselves, to cultivate our Buddhahood, and it just seems like we're in this dark night of like, it's not working. That desire to awaken never falters, even in the darkest hour of it not working. And truly, since I've been practicing for like 40 odd years, I can tell you that's actually true. Because I would say that is the one thing that has never left. All kinds of weird highs and lows. But in the midst of all that, it never left. So those two things are kind of the prerequisite, if you will. And interestingly enough, if you don't have the compassion side, but you have the wisdom side pretty good, you still can't pass the pearly gates. You actually have to have both. And your teachers make sure that you have both. Okay, if you don't fall into delusive thoughts. So fall into delusive thoughts means get caught up in this drama narrative of what's going on in our minds. That when we're sitting, right, we're preferring the breath, we are sitting in the midst of our karmic moment. We don't get caught up in the negative karma. We don't get caught up in the delusive thoughts. We remember our vow to awaken, and we have compassion for all of the twisted, maladaptive ways we've had to get through the day up until this point. Without the energetic protection of bodhicitta, of vow, of refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. If you don't fall into delusive thoughts, there is no Buddha and no sentient being. So here she's saying you want to go directly into this place, your face before your parents were born, your true face. Oh, okay. If you want to know your true nature, you need to turn toward the source of your delusive thoughts. Right? What is the truth of this thought that's arising? How is it arising? Where is it coming from? Who am I? What is mu? This is called Zazen. And this inquiry, supported by community, supported by Buddhist study, precepts, and refuge, this is what really allows that bucket to just break. Shinyono said with happiness, "With this practice as my companion, I have only to go about my daily life, practicing day and night." Well, gosh, we could put that, on our bathroom mirror. With this practice as my companion, I only have to go about my daily life, practicing day and night. And of course, outside of doing sesshin, outside of doing a long retreat, it's hard to even know what that means, right? That's why we do retreat, so that we're kind of like showing each other how to practice. And the whole schedule, the whole Megillah is like hyper-focused on how do you practice. And then what happens, of course, is you go home, and it's like you're bowing to the door, you're bowing to the dog, you're bowing to your boss, right? People have reported these things. After months of wholehearted practice, well, that could be days, that could be decades, that could be years. She went out on a full moon night to draw some water from the well. The bottom of her old bucket, held together by bamboo strips, suddenly gave way, and the reflection of the moon vanished with the water. When she saw this, she attained great realization. So some hear the sound of a rock or a pebble hitting a bamboo, piece of bamboo. Some, when they are watching a leaf of cabbage float around. Others, noticing the light from the back of a train. There are so many ways that this moment of total connection, total love, total knowing one's place and feeling at ease with one's place, right? Total knowing the workability of each moment, regardless of its catastrophic contents. Her Enlightenment poem was this: with this and that, I tried to keep the bucket together. So with this and that maladaptive, delusive thought, I tried to keep myself going, right? And I've been trying for a long time. And you know, I've gone through so many bamboo strips, I can't even tell you. It's cost me a fortune. Right? The bamboo strip suddenly gives way. So much of that sudden gives way is about just resting and relaxing and getting used to and trusting the perfection of this moment, the fullness of this breath, that we don't have to hold it together anymore. And it doesn't matter, really, what the contents of the mind are. It doesn't even matter what the contents of the situation is. The bottom of the bucket has always been out. With this and that, I tried to keep the bucket together, and then the bottom fell out. Where water does not collect, the moon does not dwell. So this place of utter and complete no bottom. You can't say this, you can't say that. This place of total boundless love. This is our birthright. This is our heritage. And when we really touch this, and then we go back into the world and we've put ourselves back together, but we are not the same person. We are putting ourselves together as a Buddha body, as a Buddha mind, and as a Buddha heart. So please take this up. Realize your Buddhahood.
Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha ways unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha ways unsurpassable. Thank you for your practice, everyone. Just a few announcements. Next Thursday, not tomorrow, following week, at 7 p.m., there will be a White Tara practice at the Zendo. That's next Thursday. Then the teaching retreat is coming up in July. Details are forthcoming. And then please, if you're coming to Jukai Shishin, please go ahead and register so we have an idea of the numbers. All of the details should be in your email on the Facebook page. Thank you. Any other announcements?
There's a potluck on Sunday after service. Facebook, you can sign up. There's a sign-up sheet to indicate what you plan to bring. So it'll help us to plan.
Please restore the Zendo.